I spent $1,200 upgrading from the iPhone 14 Pro Max to the 17 Pro Max. 3 months later, I'm going to tell you if I regret it or you should upgrade. Let's dig in. Okay, first thing, and this actually surprised me. The 17 Pro Max feels cheaper in the hand. I know it sounds weird for a $1,200 phone, but hear me out. The 14 Pro Max is made out of stainless steel, the 17 aluminum, and you can feel the difference right away. The 14 has some weight to it, it's solid, it's premium. The 17 lighter, which is nice I guess, but you're not getting the premium feeling from a $1,200 phone. Now, here is the plot twist. The aluminum actually helps with something I'll get to in a minute, but based on feel alone, the 14 wins. But yo, this action button, I actually like it. Apple replaced the silent switch with this, and you can program it to do whatever. Mine is programmed to open my to-do list, so whenever I think about something, I just press it, then boom, I'm adding stuff to my to-do list. I don't have to unlock my phone, I don't have to hunt for the app. I just have to just press it and it gets things done. This is one of the features that I actually do love, and I think it makes my life way more easy. Now the camera button. It's cool when I want to use it. Like I can take pictures, I can slide to adjust the zoom, I can adjust my settings on the fly. That part is useful. But dude, I trigger this thing constantly by accident. Like it just opens up and take a picture that I don't want, you know. It's kind of annoying when I don't want to use it, but then when I want to use it, it's really cool and useful. All right, let's talk about durability. This aluminum scratches way easier than stainless steel. I keep mine in the case now because I learned the hard way. Literally one time that I had my phone out of the case, it fell off my lap, then boom, it scratched, right? Meanwhile, my 14 Pro Max has lived outside the case for 3 years. Yes, it got some scratches, but it has survived a lot. From drops to keys in the bag, from being tossed around. Stainless steel is just tough. So if you're like me and you hate cases, just know that aluminum scratches easier. And if you're thinking about getting the 17 as well, please get the silver colorway. It hides scratches way better. The orange will display every single scratch. Oh, and the 17 also have USB-C now. And I know a lot of people have USB-C devices all over the place. So this kind of makes life a little easier. You have one charger for everything. It's not a reason to upgrade anyway, right? But it makes life easier. Now, enough of the outside. Let's talk about the actual difference when you turn the phone on. All right, quick pause. So if you're enjoying this breakdown, please subscribe. It helps me keep making these kind of detailed videos, and honestly, it means a lot to me. Now let's talk about the display. Apple didn't really make any dramatic changes here. It's just a bunch of small quality of life improvements. So first off is the screen sizes. On the 17 we have 6.9 inch display. On the 14 we have 6.7 inch display, which is not really massive. You can't really tell the difference unless you are holding the two phones side by side, right? But where you can actually feel the difference is the brightness. Now the 17 has a peak brightness of 3000 nits when you are under the sun, which is really helpful because you don't struggle to read anything, you don't struggle to see anything. You can see everything clear and nice. But on the 14 Pro Max, it's up to 2000 nits under the sun, which is still bright. Like, I don't think you're losing a lot in there. I feel like although this is way brighter, you still can see everything on the 14 Pro Max as well. Now, the 17 also has an anti-glare coating, so it is able to cut through harsh lights and a little bit. Most times it doesn't really do the job nicely. I think you still see the glare a little. Like the differences are not that massive. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's not really something that you have to worry about. But what I'm most impressed about is how dimmer the 17 can get. So say you are in the cinema, both phones can really go low, but then the 17 can go very, very low. It can be very, very dim. So you are not distracting the other people, right? So that is something that I do like about the 17. The fact that it can go very, very dim. And if you are doom scrolling at 2 a.m., you don't have to bother your partner or whatever. So performance. Now, the 14 Pro Max do have A16 chip and the 17 Pro Max has A19 Pro chip. Now, let's do some activity right now to see if they do compare to each other. We will run some basic apps to see if you can really tell the difference between how they both perform. Opening apps, both instant, switching around, smooth on both. Gaming, can't really tell the difference. The 14 is still fast as hell for everything normal people do on their phones. But here is where things get interesting. The 17 Pro Max has a vapor chamber cooling system combined with the aluminum body I mentioned earlier on, handles heat better. So on days where I'm filming a lot of content on my phone or gaming hard on my phone, I realized that the 14 Pro Max actually tends to get very hot. And when that happens, the screen dims to actually help it cool down a little bit. So it can be very annoying, say you are shooting content like outdoors, right? And your phone is overheating and you can't see anything because the screen has to dim for it to cool down. It's very annoying and uncomfortable. But then the 17 solves this issue. It's way cooler. You can actually record 4K videos, you can game harder, and it still maintains its coolness. So for people that actually do game a lot and make content with their phone, I feel like this is a good reason for you to upgrade from the 14 to the 17. But for people that casually take pictures with their phone and also use their phone for basic stuff, I think it's okay to stick with the 14 for a little while, as this is not really something like your phone will not be overheating by doing these basic activities. All right, cameras. Let's be honest. This is one of the main reasons why people do buy phones, and more specifically iPhones in general, right? So I'll just skip the boring aspect of talking about specs, as we all know that the 17 do have better specs than the 14, right? So I'll show you pictures on the 17 Pro Max and then on the 14 Pro Max so that we can compare and contrast which one is better. Now, let's get into it. Okay, so daylight first. These are the exact same shots. Can you even tell which phone took which? They are basically identical. They both look great in good lighting. No real difference here for me. Look at this. The 17 is so much better in low light, like way more details in the dark parts. The highlights aren't blown out. Everything is just cleaner. The 14 is still decent, don't get me wrong. But the 17, if you are taking pictures at night, in dark restaurants, at concerts, dimly lit bars, you will actually see the difference. Now with the zoom, you can see further with the 17 Pro Max than with the 14. So the 17 has an optical zoom of up to 40x and the 14 has an optical zoom of up to 15x, which, it's unfair. Like, the difference is very huge. And also the processing on the 17 is way better than that on the 14. So when you zoom, you can see things clearer, you can see the writings better compared to the 14. Okay, but this is the thing that actually changed the way that I use my phone. So the 17 Pro Max do have square sensors, meaning that I can take portrait pictures and landscape pictures without rotating my phone. Like before, you have to put your pinky in a weird spot, which was really uncomfortable. I'm glad that Apple finally did solve this, and I think they are the first to do that, so that is really nice. It's been a while since we had actual real invention with Apple, so they doing this is pretty nice. So now on video, there is a lot of features that actually will serve content creators. Now we have ProRes RAW, unlike the normal ProRes you have on the 14. So with a ProRes RAW, meaning that you have the highest form of quality that you can actually color grade in post and make a lot of changes. It gives you a bunch of details to work with, right? So I think it's really, really good. And also we have Gen Lock now. I mean, if you are shooting like a movie, you would have multiple iPhones that will shoot at the same time. I don't think a lot of people will be doing that because it's expensive, right? The iPhone 17 can also do dual recording thing where the front and the back camera record at the same time, which is really, really cool for people that love to vlog. but for regular video, they are both great. So the cameras, the 17 is better, the low light is better, the front camera is way better, ProRes RAW, incredible. But is it $1,200 better? That depends on how you use your phone. Personally, I'm constantly making content, so yeah, it's worth it for me. But if you are casually taking pictures here and there, I think the 14 still has some juice in it. Now, battery life. So this is where I think Apple did make a lot of improvements. So on paper, you are getting around 39 hours video playback for the 17 Pro Max and 29 hours video playback for the 14 Pro Max. Look, in my real life testing, I'm hitting a little below those numbers. With the 17 Pro Max, I am left with like 30 to 40% after a hard day use, like meaning that I am making content, I am hard playing games, I'm doing a lot of stuff, and I'm still getting 30 to 40% at the end of the day, which is pretty good. It's impressive. With the 14 Pro Max, I'm getting around 10 to 5% after a hard day use, right? And yes, 14 Pro Max I've used it for 3 years, right? So definitely the battery has degraded to some extent. But then if you are using it for your normal daily activities like social media or taking pictures, normal daily use, the 14 Pro Max can last you the entire day. It's still very good. It's still very impressive. If your phone, your 14 Pro Max battery has not degraded to the point where it's dying on you every single time, then you should stick with the 14 for a little while. Now let's talk about Apple Intelligence real quick, and I'll tell you whether this thing is worth buying. Currently, Apple Intelligence supports live translation, but then the languages are limited. I think they have 5 languages on there, so not really all of that, right? And also it has some photo editing features. Siri is still dumb, like it can't really tell you the price of the new iPhone compared to Gemini, right? So if you're banking on Apple Intelligence to actually buy the new phone, please don't. I think you should wait for a year or two, maybe Apple will catch up with this whole AI thing. Currently, they are lagging, they are behind, way behind. It does the bare minimum very poorly, and I'm not a big fan. All right, real talk. So should you upgrade? Now, if your iPhone 14 Pro Max is working perfectly fine, meaning that it's fast, the battery is strong, then I think you should hold on to it for a little while. Like you don't really care about cameras, like hold on to it for a little while, a year or two. But then if you are using an older iPhone, say the 11, the 12, the 13, upgrading to the 17 Pro Max will you actually feel the real difference. Like the cameras are better, the chip is faster. It's a good upgrade. Also, if you're a content creator, I think upgrading to the 17 Pro Max would help you, meaning that like the cameras are better, you have a lot of good quality with ProRes RAW, like a lot of room to play with, right? So upgrading to the 17 Pro Max would actually improve your productivity and it will speed up your work. So do I regret it? No. And the only reason why I don't regret it is because of content creation. The 17 is packed with a lot of tools to help content creators create the best possible content. But then if I'm being real with you, if I'm using my phone for regular stuff like TikTok and Instagram and the normal stuff, taking casual pictures here and there, I'll probably stick with my 14 Pro Max as it does it really well. So it depends on you. Think about what you use your phone for. If the 17 Pro Max would genuinely make you productive, would genuinely change your life, then definitely get it. But then if not, then stick with the 14 for a little while. If this helped you make a decision, please hit the subscribe button as it goes a long way in helping the channel grow. Now, I make this type of videos, so be sure to hang around. Catch you on the next one.